Bitcoin is about to give us an amazing long, guys. We have been actually consolidating not only on the weekend, but even Monday yesterday was a bit boring. However, as we know, guys, that boring always makes us money because if Bitcoin literally drops and fakes out 67k, I'm going to be looking for a long. I have an idea for a potential move upwards if we somehow, some way catch this long. We literally could be taking it in a matter of seconds. As you can see here, we have been discussing this idea of where Bitcoin, after seeing the amazing bounce from the zone of 60 to 65k, and how pivotal this was, to be honest, in terms of even stopping or slowing down Bitcoin from dropping. We have said that after this bounce, what if we actually, rather than calling the bottom or longing the bottom, I didn't long 60k, but I bought spot at 65k. But also, if we actually look for liquidity, sweep the lows of the weekend, sweep the lows of Monday open even now, and also hit the anchored VWAP and PUSC, and also the point of control at 67k, literally the highest volume area in the past 2 years. So maybe, just maybe, the potential nice trade that we've been discussing in the past couple of videos. Even yesterday's video was talking about Bitcoin and how I'm waiting for this long. So I'm just waiting. I've been waiting with you guys, and I'm still going to be waiting until and unless Bitcoin actually gives us an amazing move. Now, obviously, it's not totally a randomly just long in Bitcoin at 67k. We need Bitcoin to drop to take out the low. We want to see the reaction, and most importantly, obviously, the order flow. As you can see, I want to check out the order flow, double check and make sure that Bitcoin is offering us an amazing move on the order flow. I see many and many shorts are open now, especially at the zone of 69 to 70k. So mainly we had shorts open. So will we finally see them squeezed, and will we get actually a move upwards? As I've been saying, guys, that even though we've been finally and nicely predicting and expecting the move downwards, and we've been cautious because Bitcoin, we told you guys, we got a volume gap in between at say 96k all the way lower to 67k. But also now with the bounce from 60k, we can also get it on the flip side. Just because we had almost close to zero support on the way down, we can also have close to zero resistance areas on the way up. So that's why I mainly don't have many resistance areas I'm looking for. I do have, by the way, as I've been saying in the past days, I do got a little potential short slash resistance area at around the zone of the daily at 78.6, and the full $10,000 number 80k as a psychological number with some liquidity sitting on it. Not the biggest, not the most important one, but if this offers a rejection, maybe we can catch a scalp. If we go above 78 and 80k, we never lose 78. I'm going to be expecting and waiting probably for 88k. I'm not saying that I'm expecting this. I'm not saying that I'm predicting this. I just want you guys to be understanding that if we ever, in the couple of nights, a couple of next days or even hours, if we ever somehow start pumping randomly from 67 to all the way to 80 or even potentially 88, don't see it as something that is super bullish. It could be actually a bigger part of the drop. Now, obviously, we've been saying that Bitcoin on the 4 hourly to even the daily time frame is obviously downtrending. So rather than being super euphoric whenever we get these such little bounces within the downtrend, as you can see, we want to be waiting to catch the top and the short the top, as we've done nicely and previously. As you can see here, the short from 96k. So I'll probably be waiting and expecting and not be confused if Bitcoin just revisits 80 or 88. So those are my levels to short. However, if we never go back to them, I'm not going to be shorting randomly. I just understand that I wouldn't be shorting now. I see many and lots of shorts open on the order flow. I want to remain cautious, expecting lower to come, obviously, eventually, because we haven't yet broken 88. If 88 breaks and we reclaim it, then everything will be cancelled. But for the time being, it looks like Bitcoin will remain bearish, expecting the low of 60k to be broken and taken out. However, locally, I just want to focus on trading Bitcoin and taking trades setups as they come. And to be honest, that's the beauty of being a trader. Not only will I have my perspective and maybe the investment outlook on the macro time scale, but on the lower time frame, we can make money by longing little setups as the 67k one without being bullish on Bitcoin. We can take shorts with and against the trend. And now with that being said, obviously I do also got some sort of a good long also on ETH, especially if Bitcoin does offer us the long at 67k. We could take something similar also on ETH at around $1,900, which is almost the zone with the NPOC. So maybe, just maybe, if someone is looking to maybe get more profits out of the potential trade, you can wait for Bitcoin to give you the trade, with obviously the reaction being good, and then you can also look to take it on ETH. Now keep in mind, guys, that obviously if Bitcoin doesn't hold 67, we see the failure to hold, be mentally prepared for us to all the way rotate to 67, or sorry, 63 to 62k as a potential next support zone. So that's the trade to take, guys. Thank you guys for being amazing, by the way, and hopefully the timing is good. I tried to start as early as possible. Now, I mean, the norm is for us to start now and even a bit earlier, but lately I've been so lazy and a bit more busy, to be honest, so I barely managed to even show up at 6 p.m, but I managed to actually show up now at I'd say 4:40 if I'm not mistaken. So let me just double check everything and make sure that everything on the live is working finally and nicely. We'll get to reading the comments, see whatever people have got to say, our champs have got to say, and maybe hopefully stay for long enough for us to take the long. So that's my goal here. The goal for today is not to like wait out and literally go live, I mean spend the live for 5-6 hours, but at least allow myself to be with you for 2 hours, an hour and 30 minutes, hopefully catch the long somehow. Now obviously the NY Open is a bit far away, I'd say an hour and 40 minutes, so maybe we can wait for it. Not a promise, but we'll see what we can manage within the current time. It is a bit hot here, so I'm not sure why did I say that, but I mean it is, so you'd have to bear with me. Give me a second here, guys. I'm going to be reading the comments in I'd say 20 seconds or 10 seconds. So let me just do something very quickly, wait for this to update, and then do this, and then okay, the final, I guess, 7 clicks. So that would be a click, that is a click, and then here. All right, so we are good to go, I guess. Let's say hello to all the champs. I see Renata on the chat, so thank you. We got Matt, Oyentenbra, Wise Choice. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Thank you, guys. How are you doing, Matt? Glad to see you. Thank you, all Wise Choice again. Ali, Vikran, good evening. Alaikum salam. Biro, Renata the legend back again. Wazir, Cassandra, Manuel, Mitwalli again. Action Tourist, all the fam is here, so that's nice to see. We got Evis or Evinswa or Evinjua, I guess. Cryptonet, Yus, yeah, hello, thank you, bro. Ahmed, some are saying we are going to 60k before going up again. Guys, whenever someone tells you a certain set in stone sentence, just block them or maybe remove them from your For You page, whatever that is. Yeah. Why are you talking about 78 and 88k? Why? I'm not sure what you mean. Can't I mention numbers? Joao, we got Big Huggies, Estiped, good morning. We got Action Tourist saying he shorted 70.3 based on scalping strategy that when I bet seem okay, that's fine. I'm happy for you. Salam, how are you doing, brother? Hala Idosa, thank you, brothers and sisters, for being here, and thank you for being amazing. Now you'll have to excuse me for a second because it's very hot, so I want to check it out before. Give me a second here, so give me more than a second, guys. And we're back. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Hold on. Hello, sister. That's not me. What is the right price to long Bitcoin? Nothing is, guys. Trading is never that simple. Like, it's not. You don't ask me like what's the right price to. It's fine to ask. I just want to correct you and maybe like guide you towards asking and looking for the correct question and the right question, because nothing is quote unquote the right price to long Bitcoin. Had it been that simple, everybody would make money in trading. hold on. What about gold and silver? Can you check their charts? Maybe if we spend a couple of more hours or minutes, we can take a look. I mean, I'm bullish on gold. I'm expecting it to make an all-time again. Nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. Maybe it's hot because of you. So probably Bitcoin will go to 67 before 7K. No, I didn't say that. No, but I mean, realistically, just because 67 is much closer to current price than 75, then yes, I'd say mathematically and probabilistically it's much more likely, but it's not a prediction. I'm not sure, guys, how you're I guess reading between the lines, something that is not there. I guess I meant if it could go up to 88K. Yeah, what do you mean? Like, yes, guys, hold on. Regardless of everything technical, regardless of all the reasons and the technical views that I do give, and I've been saying in the beginning, yeah, regardless of all of those reasons, forget about the lack of support and lack of resistance and me expecting, or me not being confused if 88K is revisited. Regardless of all of that, you have to understand that 88K is possible, just as possible as 10K is possible. So, I mean, like, obviously 88K is more possible because I've got my own reasons and my own technical stuff. But regardless of that, you have to understand that everything is possible. So I just want you guys to be very, very maybe cautious and not say that something is impossible, I guess. Like, don't tell me, oh, I've read somewhere that Bitcoin will have to revisit 60, or I've read somewhere that Bitcoin will drop to 50 before going to 80 and then dropping to 50 and doing a triangle before going to whatever else. So, like, we have to establish at least the basis of our expectations, which is everything. Yeah. So if Bitcoin goes to 60, don't get confused. If Bitcoin goes to 600K, don't get confused. I mean, it's easy for me to tell you to not get confused, but you have to force yourself to open yourself for every single possibility. So regardless of what I say, and regardless of what I had said in the beginning, everything is possible. Not because I'm saying so or I'm predicting so, it's because it truly is. Yeah, that's the first thing. Second thing is, yes, like, I'm just saying that adding to that, so adding to the idea that everything is possible on the local lower time frame, just because I take you guys to the previous couple of days and how we managed, for those that weren't with us in the past month or so. The reason why I kept on holding this short, a short that I haven't yet even taken any dollars off as profits. So it's literally wide open from 96K, zero profits taken off the table. And I mean, regardless of the reason, now I don't want to discuss the reason why we entered. I think everybody knows. But for those that would, I mean, the more, I guess, relevant fact here is that how or why did I hold the short all the way lower? Now, obviously, we had many and many reasons, but I'll stick to the one which is also relevant here, which is us having, on a daily time frame, us having the volume gap that we've been speaking about for the past couple of months, which is this in between 96, as you can see, to 67. Yeah. So one of the reasons, or one of the main reasons, if not the main reason, that allowed me to keep on or hold the short from 96 all the way lower to 60s, yeah, and still open till now, is us having the gap and us seeing a previous move upwards, a very easy pump from 67 all the way higher to 96. So I've been saying, or I've said, and I had said, that just because we had seen a pump, we got lack of volume that would protect us, I'm going to be probably expecting a move downwards. And for those that have been members of the champions community, I guess, would have like played this perfectly. Yep. Now, with that being said, just because Bitcoin hasn't yet consolidated or ranged in between 67 to almost 96K, the gap doesn't just disappear. Like, we can as easily, just to take it a bit more closely, forget about 96K, we mainly started quickly dumping from, I'd say, 86.5. If you guys remember, we lost 86.5. I told you, once we lose 86.5, we're going to be prepared for 80.78, and if this is lost, prepared for 67. Yeah. So just because, on the lower time frame, based on the ideas that I've been trying to teach you guys, whenever we see such an easy move down, a drop that's that quick and that rapid, we have to be mentally prepared for the opposite with the same speed to happen. not to expect it, but at least not to rule it out. See it as something that is very easy, something that is truly very possible. Yeah, but that wouldn't make it bullish, and that's my point here. Like Bitcoin, or me mentioning the very viable chance and possibility that Bitcoin holds 67 as, or this zone, so from 67 to, I'd say, 60k, as it is literally one of the best, strongest volume zones and the biggest important support zones for Bitcoin. We shouldn't be confused, and to be honest, that's a much likelier scenario that we find at least some local bounce here, or some local support to stop Bitcoin from dropping further, at least for the time being, and then not rule out the potential of seeing something like this, maybe to 80, but even much likelier to 88 or 87. Not because Bitcoin has suddenly became bullish, not at all. I mean, this is still like if the rise on Bitcoin, let me try to make it a bit more concise. If the rise on Bitcoin from 60k to 88k makes you bullish and literally makes you forget about everything that Bitcoin has done in the past couple of months, then my friend, you're probably going to be fooled, similar to how many and many were fooled with Bitcoin's pump to 96k. Many had or were happy with Bitcoin going from 80 all the way higher to 96k. Many were drawing their little triangles, happy with the breakout of 96k. And I told you guys, please don't get euphoric. I don't want to show off, but allow me to. We called the short at 96k because everybody was too deep, too zoomed in to forget about the downtrend that we are in. So that's why I tell you guys to stop trading these little retail patterns. Okay, that's a totally irrelevant thing to my discussion here, but I'm just saying that don't let Bitcoin's potential rise, only potential. I'm just saying potential. I'm not expecting this. I'm not predicting it. Yeah, I'm only. It is one of the possibilities that I've got. Yep. Well, that I'm prepared for. If Bitcoin pumps from 60 to 88, please, guys, or anyone who's listening to me, please, for the love of God, don't make this flip you or make you to flip bullish. Yeah. It's totally normal for Bitcoin to actually drop quickly, pump quickly, hit the most main important resistance area, and then catch a short. So the reason why, or one of the main reasons why I'm prepared to short 88, not because I'm expecting it. Like, guys, some of you guys, especially new viewers here who haven't yet managed to understand the way trading works. Whenever I mention like 5 setups and they hear numbers, especially numbers that are a bit further away, they think that I'm expecting them. For example, I can literally, right now, I can literally give you a potential idea of short in 106. But that is not necessarily me saying that I'm expecting it to reach there. Some of you guys forget about the setup and focus on the unmentioned setup that doesn't exist. For example, like if I say I'm waiting for 88, or I'm prepared to short 88k, lots and lots of beginners, that's totally normal, but hopefully something that you'd have to fix. Lots and lots of beginners would hear this and think, oh, he's saying we are bullish waiting for 88 and I have to look for long. No, don't long or don't be thinking that I'm expecting 88. I'm just saying that that's totally normal. So if I had to be ready for a certain thing, especially with Bitcoin, how well Bitcoin has held 67k or the 60s region, with also the amount of shorts that were open today yesterday on Monday, yeah, and even Saturday and Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised for Bitcoin to short squeeze them, give us an easy pump to 80s or the 80s zone. If we flip 80 also, be ready and prepared for 88. Yeah, so I'm not saying that I need to long randomly or I'm predicting higher. No, I'm just saying, guys, that if this happens, that would be totally normal and totally acceptable and totally avoidable in terms of losing it. So the way I would do it is like I'd look for longs with that in mind, rather than allowing this to be the way or the thing that rules or affects my trading. So hopefully you got the point, guys. I tried to not look at the comments while explaining this, because I need everybody to understand this, because that's the power of, I think, doing TA, is that you allow yourself to understand what is possible without letting it affect your setups that you've got. Yeah, so sorry for the rant, I guess. Yep. Give me a second. Will you hold on? That's a very important question. Will you stream less in Ramadan, brother, or as usual? The goal is as usual. The reality, I don't know. But the current plan, I think, is that I'll push and I'll delay the live streams a bit. Later. So I'd say that I'll start live streaming, for example, at 11 p.m., which is like literally 6 hours from now. So rather than doing it in the morning or not morning, but at least when the sun is shining a bit, I would do it at night, just to, I think, allow me to work on my other businesses, focus on them, and then like rest in the second half of the day, and then spend some time with the family, and then I'll get to work at night, I guess. So that's the way to do it. Hopefully, I'm not going to be disappearing, but if I do, don't be mad at me, guys. By the way, on the Arabic channel, because obviously the English one is like brand new, so we haven't even. I mean, we've, I think, spent four months now together. But on the Arabic one, last Ramadan, I literally disappeared for a month. So last time I stopped, I guess, like posting for more than a week. Yeah, which is like 30 days. So I've done a week, I guess, like now, or maybe the past year. But after with that, I mean, less or more than a week, so from 7 to 30 days. The last time was done on Champs Crypto Arabic on Ramadan. So hopefully I'm not going to be repeating that, but I'm just saying that, guys, don't be sad at me or mad at me, I guess. I have a question, brother. Fair enough. We're looking at the daily, weekly, monthly lows, highs. Do you look at the wick or the candle body? Uh, Both are important. So closes are important and the wicks are important. But I'd say that the wicks are only important when they resemble some sort of liquidity. Yeah, if you know what I mean. Like not random days and highs and days. Highs and lows. Give me a second here. Uh, right, so hold on a second. I was just reading something. But let me go on the 30-minute time frame. I see Bitcoin just dropping a bit. So that would be a bit interesting, I guess. Uh, Hi viewer, or sorry, hi dot new viewer chair. Thank you, brother. What stop loss do you put on the long if it hits 67K? Thank you, brother, for asking this question. Hopefully, like even though that's a question that I always get asked, but I mean I'm happy whenever I get asked by a new person, because that would hopefully also like inform some other viewers. So yes, so regarding the potential trade at 67K, just because it is a potential trade, not something that it is like definitely will be taken, we cannot yet decide or dictate where the stop loss will be at, or will be placed at. So the idea is for me to see the reaction. So for example, like I can tell you that I'll probably have it less or below 67, but where exactly I cannot tell you, because maybe Bitcoin does this or does this. So I cannot know exactly, but I'll probably have it below 66. Oh, sorry, 66, from 66 to below 67. Yep. But I cannot yet tell you exactly, because we want to see the reaction. Just as, or just how, like literally, we don't set limit orders for those levels. Like I don't have a preset limit order that would allow or make me long Bitcoin automatically. I'd want to see the reaction, judge it for myself, and then jump if the reaction fits well with my strategy. For example, and the reason why I'm saying this is because what if, and that's a real possibility, I think we have seen this happen a lot. What if Bitcoin just dumps, loses 67.6, loses 67, and then starts dumping all the way lower to 63 or 62.8? And that is, to be honest, a potential thing to happen. Yeah. So that's why we need to be always preparing and prepared, I guess, for everything. Yep. And hopefully I'll be with you guys once we enter the trade. If I'm not, then just be ready, I guess. Good afternoon, champs. Thank you, brother. We got Vincent Timmer. Thank you, brother. Good afternoon to you. Clubman, hold on, guys. I'm just trying to read the comments one by one. Please speak slowly. I mean, unfortunately, I cannot. Not because I don't want to, but that's the way I think, or that's the way I mean, I think quick, so I unfortunately also speak quickly. Howdy, champs. Thank you, brother. Are we looking for a drop when NY open? I mean, I'd prefer it to happen during NY, but I cannot, be greedy and maybe miss out on the trade. So yes, I'd prefer this to stay still for the time being, get the NY to open bearish, we get the drop, get more shorts in, and then fake them out and jump into a long. So that's my preferred scenario. Obviously, as a 10 out of 10 setup is always one that's taken at or like during NY, I guess. Yeah, so I mean that's my hope, I guess. Uh, your rant is music to my ears. Don't worry. Thank you, brother. Thank you, guys. More likes, guys. Yalla. Guys, I think I'm prepared to execute my short. Exactly. And that's my when you are going to long Bitcoin. I cannot say when in terms of like giving you a certain time or a certain hour. I can just give you setups and then we place alerts and then we wait. That's the name of the game. I guess. Yeah. Uh, 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 uh. Greetings from Luxembourg. Thank you, Misho. Or sorry for, I'll just say Misho. I think fits well. Thank you, brother. Very, I guess, nice place to be from. Salam. When is a good spot buy for ETH? As I told you guys, to be honest, I'd much rather, and I've been saying this, guys. I've been making videos and like rants on lives about altcoin and altcoin trading and altcoin investing to be exact. I'd much rather you guys miss out on the bottom and like stop doing the DCA thing on your little altcoin. Wait for Bitcoin to start becoming bullish, which would either be like a couple of months or years. And that's only, I guess, I don't have a prediction here, but I'm just saying that why would you want to buy or invest in your little altcoin when they've proven themselves to be a failing investment? Sorry. So for example, and my point being here is that rather than trying to buy the bottom at whatever coin it is, focus on Bitcoin, wait for Bitcoin to become bullish, enjoy getting those little quick investments or trades on altcoins for like 20, 30, 50 or even 2x. Yeah, 50% to 2x. That's what I mean. Yeah. So the reason why I'm saying this is because Bitcoin can realistically, if Bitcoin is entering a bear market, which I don't know, nobody can tell you, please guys, avoid and block whoever tries to give you an answer for this. Nobody knows, but I digress. What I'm just saying is that when I laid out, just to give you some sort of an idea, I'm not expecting this, I'm just using it as an example. When I laid out the previous price action, now the blue is the previous bull market. I use the word the label bull market, but I don't use it really. I don't like it. So as a label to be investing with it. Yep. Anyhow, so I took this and I put it on the current bull market, the one we have now, and just to give you a clear idea of how it would take us months or even years before we actually recover. Now, please guys, don't get scared because I'm showing you a random drawing, because obviously this is not a prediction. I just want you guys to understand what I mean by showing you this. I only mean that Bitcoin can realistically drop further, but more importantly, it would, if this is a beginning of a bearish trend or a bearish, I guess, consolidation. I mean, we have probably dropped the highest percentage, or we have dropped the bigger part of the drop, or the bigger part of the bear market, I guess. So maybe Bitcoin, so for example, Bitcoin dropped from 126 all the way lower to 60k. Maybe we can drop an extra 20 or even 30%. So it's going to be wild if Bitcoin drops an extra 50%, but it's not totally out of the table, or out of the realm of possibilities. Yep. But regardless of where Bitcoin bottoms out, say 50, 40, 30, yeah, less than 30 is going to be a surprise for me, but we can do it. Yeah. Regardless of that, you also want to focus on historically the past at least two bull markets and bear markets. How long did it take from the all-time high, or the all-time high of that time, to us recovering or at least bottoming out? It usually takes a year to bottom out, plus a second or an extra half a year to a year to start recovering. So my point being here, just to end off my idea, is that maybe you should put a hold on investing into little altcoins, because if Bitcoin, trust me, if Bitcoin bleeds an extra 20 to 30%, that would literally kill your little Ethereum, gets it to 100, maybe less than $1,000, very possible. And not only that, it will literally dry out every single or all the volume, or most of the volume, sorry, from all of the altcoins. So rather than by trying to DCA and buying the bottom, yeah, and maybe investing when it's cheap on your little altcoins, avoid getting stuck in them, and wait for Bitcoin to become bullish. So not even call the bottom on Bitcoin, wait and wait and wait. Maybe a year, maybe a month, maybe 2 years, I don't know. I'm just saying that we hopefully we'll be together, guys. So once I see something bullish on Bitcoin, for example, I'll give you a clear idea. So notice how in the beginning of the live stream I said that if Bitcoin literally from now, if Bitcoin somehow, some way goes above 88k, I'll probably be more cautious and maybe more bullish, and maybe flip and change all of my ideas about being bearish. So this one is one possibility where you get interested into altcoins. So if Bitcoin in the next couple of days, weeks, or months goes above 88k, I'll allow you to at least invest into altcoins for a couple of months or weeks. So notice how I would not tell you to buy altcoins now, yeah, like at 60 or 68, but you can realistically wait for Bitcoin to reclaim 88 and then enjoy some bullish move on Bitcoin that would help you get I think a much better return on altcoins. Yeah, not the bottom, but something that is safer. If Bitcoin doesn't do that, if Bitcoin doesn't flip bullish and doesn't reclaim 88, well, my friend, you would have to be mentally prepared for a couple more months or years. Now, with that being said, the all-time high was put on October, so maybe it would take us a year to actually bottom out. So October of this year, so a couple of months, I guess, 8 months. Maybe after 8 months, we could bottom out, but then continue spending 6 months to a year, gradually going up before confirming something that is bullish. So sorry for the rant. I'm just saying in a very I think confusing way to wait and miss out on the hard gambly bottom to make the most out of the easy rise or the easy potential rise after the structure has shifted. That's it. On Bitcoin and everything, by the way, not only on Bitcoin, guys. So give me a second here. Yep. So hopefully you got the point. So you can tell yourself regarding Ethereum. I'll pick Ethereum as an example. If Bitcoin realistically stays in the bear market, like I don't like to use the word bear market. It's like very, very childish, but I just use it because everybody knows what it means. Yeah. So if Bitcoin stays bearish, let me use that, bearish, yeah, for more months, like it never reclaims 88 or 96k, yeah, Bitcoin can realistically bottom out in between 55 and 60, or lose 55 and drop to 40 or 35. So I'm going to be surprised. I think I've mentioned this yesterday, but the stops on Bitcoin or for Bitcoin are like hold on. So from 60 to 57 is one potential support zone, one potential bottom, yeah. And the second one is if Bitcoin loses 56, we can drop easily and quickly back to 43 to, I think that was 37, if I'm not mistaken, 35. So I'm not saying that this is the bottom or this is the bottom. I'm just saying that if Bitcoin does the most bearish thing, which is actually going to 35, it's not totally out of the possibilities, guys. That's totally normal. Maybe we can, obviously, guys, the issue here is that most of you guys would get euphoric if Bitcoin does this to 88 or 88, sorry, or even 106 and then does this. That's potentially something that is viable. So obviously Bitcoin would not stay or be dropping the whole bear market. We can have some fake outs of the upside, short Bitcoin, we can do whatever. So, but I'd prefer to not go above 88. Yeah, anyhow, regardless of that, if Bitcoin does lose and drop 40%, like, think about how much Ethereum, and Ethereum is one of the biggest, so I'd use it as the least, I think, hurt coin or altcoin from every single altcoin. I mean, think about how much it could drop if Bitcoin drops 40%. And I mean, at least it would drop 60%, well, probably double, so maybe from 60 to 80%. So we can literally see ETH back below $1,000 if Bitcoin does the most bearish thing, which is going to 30. I'm not saying that this is expected or predicted. Guys, I'm not predicting this. I'm just saying that this is totally normal for Bitcoin to do. Give us some bullish times, drop, consolidate for a year or two, drop to 30, 40, or even 60, get everybody sad and mad and liquidated and lose all of their life savings, and then die out for a couple of months or a year. Let every single altcoin get punished. Everyone who thinks they're smart by collecting Ethereum at $2,000 would lose whatever they have built, and families would get destroyed by by Ethereum dropping below $1,000. And then it dies out and everybody loses interest, and then it actually recovers afterwards. So I'm not saying that this is my expectation or prediction. I'm just saying that why put yourself in a situation where you start investing and collecting and DCAing now? Why not? So guys, if this is truly the bottom on Ethereum, why not miss out on it, wait for a clearer break of structure on Bitcoin, and then like buy Ethereum at 2,700, and then make the most out from it, going to 5k or 6k. I'm willing to lose most of the bottom to only jump in once the bandwagon has shown that is bullish. If you know what I mean by that, guys. Like, that's a way to do it. Like, stop investing long term just because it dropped. I would do it on Bitcoin. Like, forget about everything that I said. I would do it in Bitcoin because Bitcoin has proven to be the market mover, plus the only real good asset to be investing in long term. So you can buy at 60, it can drop to 50, you can buy again, it can drop to 40, and you can buy again. But I'm very scared for those that are trying to buy the drop on ETH. It has already dropped, but let's say drops more. Do you think realistically that if you buy, and that's the scary thing, like for ETH and for every altcoin, the idea here is that Bitcoin has proven itself historically. I'm not just loving Bitcoin. I'm not a Bitcoin maxi. I'm actually a stock maxi, not even crypto maxi. But just because Bitcoin has proven itself to be a bullish asset to own, and that's like historically, not me loving it, yeah, maybe it could fail, guys. By the way, it could go to zero, but for the time being, at least I'm going to be treating it as something that's like high risk, but also realistic and strong. So just because Bitcoin has proven that even if you buy drops, you can wait out a 2 or 3 year period for it to recover, had happened previously many and many times again. Like, even when I was much younger, I can remember Bitcoin. Like, I can remember me buying Bitcoin at like $7,000 and then literally getting me stuck for a couple of more years and then finally recovering. Happened also in 2021. So my point being here is that at least for Bitcoin, you can DCA. Focus on your business, focus on trading, focus on your job, DCA, and invest and wait and wait and wait. Yep. The scary thing is that if Bitcoin drops to 30, what if it recovers by itself? And that's the point. Not what if, it always recovers by itself, by the way, guys. Like, ETH barely made an all-time high after 5 years, 6 years, when Bitcoin had kept going up. That's my point. Like, Bitcoin can literally drag every little altcoin of yours, even the most beloved, foundationally or fundamentally strong little coins that you've got, will get destroyed. Bitcoin drops 40, your little altcoins drop 80, 90. That's the scary thing. And then the bad thing is that once Bitcoin bottoms out, maybe now, maybe tomorrow, maybe at 30k, I have zero idea. We just want to play out the worst scenario. That's my point here. Like, the worst scenario has to be played out in your mind so that you're prepared. Yeah. So I'm not being a bear guy. I'm just saying that this is important for you to understand, because I've gotten burnt from a young age by investing into little altcoins. So I'm saying from experience, guys. So the point here is that I'm trying to actually get across is that if Bitcoin drops to 30k or 40k, that would essentially, like, I'll use Ethereum as the best strongest coin, but still would also get affected. Yep. If Bitcoin goes and drops 40, ETH, we've said, will drop 60 to 80. Let's just assume it drops 70%. So it drops to $590. Let's just say $600. Yep. If ETH drops to $600, that's fine. Like, you can DCA. Like, you can buy at $2,000 and like, be strong enough to not sell and see the price drop to 600. But the point here is that once Bitcoin starts recovering and you see it finally after a year or two bump and jump, and finally it's moving upwards and it's targeting like all-time highs, yeah, if Bitcoin puts a new all-time high, I'll just use an example, guys, just to get the idea across. Yeah, based on what altcoins had done previously, all of them, except maybe we got, obviously, guys, altcoins are like 10,000 coins or something. One or two or five are some like exceptions to the rule, but that doesn't actually like cancel out the rule. So I'm just saying that if Bitcoin bottoms at 30 or 35 and then makes an all-time high, ETH would probably won't be able to make an all-time high or even get close to it. That's my point. That's the scary thing, guys. So stop accumulating little altcoins as an investment. Don't kid yourself. Yeah, please. Don't think you collecting little Solanas would get you rich. Why? Because trust me, if Bitcoin drops to 35, your little Solanas would most definitely drop to $20 or even $10. And then, like, you buying and collecting at 80, thinking you're smart by buying the bottom and buying the drop. So right now, DCAing your way down. Yeah, so maybe getting $5,000 locked in for the next 2 years. You would see them drop 80%, and then you won't even get Solana to pump again. Maybe it would go from 10 to 50 to 100 to maybe 120. So Bitcoin continues on being a strong asset, while every little altcoin would be just a failure. And I'm not hating on them. Like, I'm speaking from experience, guys. Sorry, guys, for ranting on. Hopefully the rant was different, a bit different from the usual. I hate altcoin investments. I tried to switch things up, I guess. Not really tried, but I mean, the stuff that I said is, I think, different. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right. Hold on. So maybe Bitcoin dropped. I'm not sure. Like, I was just ranting, but I didn't get an alert. So hopefully, yeah, it didn't drop. Thankfully. All right. So let's see what I missed on, guys. I'm trying to go back and see the comments. Hold on a second. Yeah. So I think I can wait patiently to take the short. Fair enough. I'm only human after. Exactly. 10% stop loss. No. Definitely drop to 67 while US open. Not definitely, no. Nothing is definite. Guys, just only out of respect, I don't delete comments such as these. But guys, nothing is definite. Salam alaikum, salam Ali. Please look at my question above. Okay, sorry if I missed it. Your question. Ah, sorry. Ahmed, is it possible for us to create a chat group for regular champs members? To be honest, maybe not yet, because I don't have time to moderate, and it would be very, very chaotic, and maybe people will be scamming each other and spamming each other. So let's wait and maybe have it something in the near future or something. Renata asks for likes, so I must like. Thank you, brother. We got Jaden the legend back. Hold on, let me see how many likes we got. Yeah, let's push it to 100 for Renata. Hold on, let's see what is going on. Yeah, so I love the little altcoin statement. I heard people talking about 77% decrease in total, so reaching. That's possible, but you know, Bitcoin is very easy. I'm going to be happy if it drops to 50, buy in more. If it drops to 40, buy more. As I told you guys, I haven't bought Bitcoin. Like, I bought last week or maybe a couple of days ago when I announced it at 65k. But before buying at 65k, the last time I bought was maybe more than a year ago. So I can buy at 60, I can buy at 50, I can buy at 40. Why? Because because Bitcoin is different to everything that I said on every little altcoin. Altcoins bottom with Bitcoin, but don't make a new all-time high. Like, look at Cardano, guys. If you're questioning my thesis on my outlook on the, look at this. So hold on, this is the all-time high or the bull market. Hold on, I'm trying to look for the other. Give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to look for a chart that has more info about Cardano. Yeah, because I remember Cardano being in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So it's supposed to be a very old coin. I know it. I know about it. I had Cardano back then. Let me see. Or maybe Ripple. I'm not sure. I just want to see. Okay, so no, not before 2021 apparently. So maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe XRP or Ripple. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I want an old coin, guys. Give me an older coin. Ripple, and there's one other one I forgot about. I haven't. Give me a coin that was there back in 2017 too. I guess. Yeah, Ripple's supposed to be back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. I'd need to go to my old screenshots, I guess, but let me see before I do that. Hold on a second. So 27, yeah, XRP is like 2018, not before that. But hold on, like see how like they're dead. Do you think that this is an investment? Does it look like an investment? Hold on, let me see what suggestions you got. Ethereum went home. So hold on. Action Tour said, our brother here saying, Ethereum went home though, according to Benjamin Cohen stats support band. I think you could take that tidbit as a confluence. I think it. I don't think. I don't think. So a further drop in Bitcoin can still drop in ETH in spite of ETH having gone home. I guess, yeah. I have an issue with this the label like gone home, but I think I get what you mean. I think he mean whenever he says gone home like hit support. I'm not mistaken. Seems like it. It's better just to trade alts. I prefer investing into Bitcoin. I used to be .pro when it was exactly. So I think Polkadot is also like very old. I've gotten burnt by guys. I primarily like hate on coins that I've gotten burnt on. Like look at this. I bought Dot when it's very expensive. Even much more like guys. I'm speaking from experience by the way. See Dot how like it bought. I mean it topped out with Bitcoin in 2021. Died and then Bitcoin started pumping, but it didn't make an all-time high. Like everybody was looking or waiting for Dot to make something big, but it didn't. Like so, that's my point. It's that rather than you DCAing, like think about a little person, not a little, but he's old, but a little mindset, a weakness, a weak, I guess, person who started DCAing. Or an unfortunate person. Let's be nice here. An unfortunate person who started DCAing when DOT was dropping. Like I'll go to DCA, 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 DCA more, DCA more, and then it kept on dropping. And then not only that, that's not an issue because at the end of the day, had you bought stocks or even Bitcoin, you could have endured the pain of waiting and then like after years getting a recovery. But on DOT and on 99% of altcoins, you DCA and then you say bye-bye to your money. And that's the issue. So my point being is that rather than had you not DCA'd but waited for Bitcoin to become bullish, waited for Bitcoin to pump, for example, from like October here, I see a pump. So let's see what Bitcoin was doing on the end of October 2023. Let me see. Hold on. So yeah, see how Bitcoin was pumping here. You could have waited for Bitcoin to become bullish. I mean, it looks easy in hindsight, but my point still stands. Like you wait for Bitcoin to be parabolic, get every little person to start talking about X's, and then you invest into altcoins. But I say invest, which could be also taken or could be meant as trade them. So like for DOT, for example, let me give you an example here. Let me just look at or locate the coin in my list. My list is filled with bad altcoins. Hold on a second. Yep. So you could have when on October or like tail end of 2023, you could have bought, invested. I say invested, but it's primarily traded like DOT. So you bought it at 5, for example, and you sold after 50. Now I don't want to use the maximum, so because nobody calls the tops. You could have bought and sold like at the high of here, so 45. Yeah, or 60 or 70, and then waited and then didn't DCA. So you could have held it for like a month. That is fine. You call it an investment, you call it a trade. That's what I mean by that. Like you invest or trade them for weeks to months. That's it. And also then like Bitcoin kept on dropping. You avoid it and then you wait for Bitcoin to become bullish. We had a good rise, and then you don't hold for the the entirety of Bitcoin. You buy at like the beginning of the rise, and then you sell with like at the closest potential resistance area. So here maybe even like a bit higher. So like be okay with extracting a value of 20 to 50% in a trade or in an investment. Yeah. So stop trying to DCA and allocate little altcoins as investments. Like if someone tells me I'm an investor, and then I tell him what do you invest in, and he tells me I have no stocks, no real estate, no gold, no Bitcoin, or maybe a little bit of Bitcoin, but I'm an investor into Dogecoin. Not to hate, but you're literally burning your money. Yeah? So you can trade it. Like you can call yourself a trader and still hold for a couple of months. Just avoid the label of an investor when you are holding assets that have proven to be a failure of an investment. Hopefully, guys, you got the point. Sorry for ranting, but I'm just truly trying to say something useful while Bitcoin is being stuck or consolidating. Hold on. Price action has been really slow on boring. True. When should we be taking profits from shorts? If 88k is reclaimed, okay, so it depends on what or where you opened your short at or from. But in my own situation, I've got 3 shorts from 96, 106, and 125. So I'm going to be taking them gradually. I think I've answered this, but that's fine. Like, if Bitcoin reclaims 88, I will close the 96 one. If Bitcoin reclaims 98, I will close the 106 one. If Bitcoin reclaims 106, I'll close the all-time high one. So notice how I do it one by one. I'm willing to give away and throw away some profits by selling or closing everything now, in return of having like shorts still open in a downtrend. So Bitcoin can literally go all the way higher to 105, 106, fail to break it, and I'll still hold a short from the all-time high. If you know what I mean. Yep. Yep. So that's the way I do it. I don't try to maximize profits. I maximize for profitability, I guess. That's the way to, I think, call it. DOT never bounced with Bitcoin. Everything never bounced with Bitcoin. But it's interesting to me to look more at, for me, in my opinion. I haven't watched this breakdown yet. Only a title of this telling, okay, that's, I mean, you could have watched it. Ethereum below 800 sounds like a fever dream to me. Imagine Tom Lee's reaction. I mean, I stopped keeping up with all of those names and all of those figures and all of those like fundamental stuff, to be honest. Like, that was maybe 2021, Ahmed. Ethereum has still been in a gradual uptrend, just like Bitcoin. No. You cannot call this just... You cannot say that this is similar to what Bitcoin got. Let me just put them aside. Hold on a second. Let me turn off my little pattern here. What time frame is this? Daily? You cannot say that this... I mean, I can literally go more. Let me open the weekly, I guess. Yeah. You cannot say that this is like this. So, I mean, ETH is still one of the best, maybe the best, but you cannot say that this is like this. Because what we're looking for here is like, if someone held for years, are they or have they made money or not? So that's my point. Yeah. So like, Bitcoin has been, I mean, it's older, so I guess let's see when ETH started, 2018, 2019. But or even before that, 2016 maybe, I'm not sure. But see how like regardless of that, after 2021, it is essentially at the lower bound of the price action for literally 6 years, or sorry, literally 5 years. Yeah, you could have held ETH for 5 years and it's literally below the average of a consolidation. So you lost money on inflation and unrealized profit. And that's the best looking chart, and one of the best looking charts in altcoins when Bitcoin has been going up as an asset, I mean. Yep. So like, you could have held from 2017, waited 3 years, made money. You could have held in 2021, waited, I guess, 2 years, and then made money. That's my point here. Yeah. Let me go back on this chart and then go 30-minute time frame and then zoom in a bit. Hold on a second. I have more faith in Ethereum with all the insanely bullish things I've seen around. I've had faith in everything and I lost faith in everything. So I guess you'd have to test it out and try it for yourself. I cannot tell you what not to do. Hi, are you long on Bitcoin? No, I'm not. I've made my point. I'm just, no worries, that's fine. You must give one of your viewers $100 right now. I'm not sure what that means. What do you think about looking at the CVD spot futures and whether trend is sustainable? I don't look at that. I mean, sounds smart, but I haven't looked at it. So I'd hate to tell you if it works or not. Brother, what do you think about using seasonality as an extra confluence? Thank you. I don't know what you mean by seasonality. Yalla, let's go for 100 likes and see how many likes we're on. We're on 63 likes, so we can literally get to 100 very quickly. We got XRP near. Yeah, I think I thought so. XRP is 2017. Near Pepe, Litecoin. Yeah, Litecoin is the perfect example. I was transacting in Litecoin back when I was a bit young, like 2017, I guess. Very young, I guess. Hold on, let me see what Litecoin has been doing. I have a very funny story, maybe for some other time, where I had a little e-commerce store and I was accepting Litecoin as a payment. Hold on. So it was like literally 2017. Let me see if the chart has it. This doesn't, but Bybit is even younger than Litecoin. So let me see, like, I guess which exchange was back then. Hopefully Binance. I'm not sure. Binance is like 2016. So maybe it's supposed to have Litecoin. It doesn't, or not this pair at least. That's very funny. Like, who had Litecoin? I forgot even. I was buying it on not buying it, but holding it on Exodus as a wallet. If you guys know it, let me know if anyone of you guys knows Exodus. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. See, it even had lines. Look at this. That's 2021. That's me having a green line back then. See, some even professional traders can change, or you have a chance in life, I guess. But anyhow, look at this. What's this? Look at this, guys. That tells you can change. I'm not trying to act as if I was born trading liquidity. Look at this. That's very funny. I haven't seen this. But Litecoin in 2021, I was drawing. See, I would have lost. I 100% lost money on this. Look at this. Me drawing a cup and handle, and a bad one, to be honest. I'm not sure why I'm using this as a cup and handle, but look at this. Cup, handle. I was bad at drawing patterns even, and then fake out and drop. So people can change, guys. Anyhow, so regardless of my amazing pattern abilities, I was just saying that look at this. Look at the failure of a coin this is. I forgot what I was saying, but like, look at this. I could have literally, like, that's literally awful. Like, I still own some altcoin, some Litecoin from 2017. So I would have literally, or I could have, or I still actually hold them, and I literally made $0 with holding for almost 10 years, 9 years to be exact. Yeah, that's sad. That tells you the story of altcoins. If you think, like, notice how, like, it goes up, goes down. Like, that's why I'm telling you guys, make money with the rises. Obviously not all of them fully. So if a rise happened in 2021 or it increased 500%, try to capture at least 50% of that. That's that goal, the realistic goal. I'm not saying, oh, look in hindsight, it's easy to buy and sell. No. I'm just saying, guys, that whenever Bitcoin becomes bullish, so for example, like from April, Bitcoin became bullish. From April to literally like the end of 2024, that's not April, sorry, that's previous year, but also still stands. We had gone up like 3x. Also on April, when Bitcoin moved from 70 to all-time high, we moved 100%. So you can still dabble and buy and leave. Like, that's my point. Yeah. Sorry, a reminder that with alts and even with Bitcoin, every bullish move we've had been in QT, if I'm not mistaken. QT, I agree with quantitative tightening. I agree with your points on altcoins, Ahmed, but still I'm willing to keep my mind open. That's fine. Yeah. Ironically, I think that this could be the 5% time where altcoins could end up doing well. Fair enough. Guys, I'm only saying that whenever I'm going to be living my life, I only can make a plan with the facts that I've got. So after years and years of investing into altcoins, and after like years of finally becoming profitable as a trader and having like making some more than good as an income monthly, yeah, I can finally make a plan that's like doesn't expose me to the highest reward while also doesn't expose me to the highest risk while also maximizing the potential reward, if you know what I mean. So it's not about who will be right in the next future, in the next year or two. I'm not against, like, for example, our brother Action Tourist. Let's see if investing into ETH now is better than investing and trading only, investing into Bitcoin and trading only. Yeah, it's not about that. It's about, with the current known factors and the current known facts, which idea is more sensible to protect the most capital as possible while growing it, if you know what I mean. So that's the thing here. I'm not trying to see, or I'm not trying to put statements and put bets and see then like after a year who's right and who's wrong. Yeah, I'm not trying to be right. I always say, guys, like, stop trying to, like, don't judge your decisions based on the outcome, but based on the facts that you had known back then. Sorry for repeating this. I just like it as a quote. Yep. IG, investing to you is holding something for years, which alts are definitely not great. Yes, investing is holding for long term. I guess not for me, it's for everybody as a definition. I believed in DOT so much in 2021. Yeah. DWY is breaking lower. Maybe this can help Bitcoin. DXY. Okay, I was saying, what's the DWY? Haha, wow, it's touched the VWAP. Hi Ahmed, long time no see. Are we still waiting for our goal? I'm not waiting, but I'll only long if we drop to it. So yes. I meant ETH is still in an uptrend. I wouldn't call that an uptrend, to be honest. Just to be realistic. Which tool do you use to check order flow? It is called ExoChart. It's an app or a program. EXOChart. Yes, I had Exodus, exactly. So ETH still clearly the better trade than investment. Exactly. Thank you. I'm so late, sorry, but you don't need to be sorry, that's fine. I'm always happy to answer the comments and like read whatever comments we've got. But can you tell me the trades are you waiting or you're waiting for? 67.7. Litecoin as a payment. My condolences, Ahmed. To be honest, it wasn't exactly a payment that I was using or receiving or accepting, but rather the payment that I was getting in return of offering a service or selling stuff. So it's a very long story. Maybe I'll do a video about it, but I was just, without mentioning what I was doing, legal, don't worry guys, everything was legal, but I was selling or buying and then selling. So the buying was done with I think whatever that was, I forgot. But then I used to sell them and I collect the cash in Litecoin and Bitcoin sometimes. But I was preferring Litecoin. I think Litecoin was lower fees than Bitcoin, if not mistaken. I forgot, to be honest, but that was 2017, guys. So I would buy Solana at $20. Yeah, you would buy it at 20. You wouldn't buy now and DCA all the way lower to 20. That's my point. Yeah. What's the set? Because like if it drops to 20, you might as well just buy it. Because at that point, the reward will be much bigger than the risk. You know what I mean? What's the setup on ETH again? Same, yes. If we hit the, yes, yeah, exactly. But I'd want this to happen. Plus ETH going, hold on, let me go on a lower time frame. Plus ETH going to, hold on, 1900. So that's my preference, I guess. It's like this happens while Bitcoin hitting its own setup that we're waiting for. So this is the priority. This is the extra confidence to take a trade on ETH. Yep. Hold on. Sorry. Best way to quit 9 to 5 and becoming a full-time trader. So it's not that simple. I'll tell you to wait and don't be thinking about it. So I think that you're asking the incorrect question. There isn't a best way to quit your 9 to 5 and become a full-time trader. I tell you to be proud and happy for you having a 9 to 5 that would support and be the backbone of your own trading and your own mental space to freely learn how to trade. Yeah. So you're not literally needing trading to live, if you know what I mean. So keep 9 to 5 and then try to give yourself 3 to 5 hours a day and learn strategies on how to trade. Do maybe demo trading and paper trading. And then a couple of months after or a year, use your own money. Do it gradually. If you're able, like after a year or two, realistically, I just want to give you the real, I think, time in perspective. After you manage to start slowly, use paper trading, use your own money, and you manage to at least have it as a side hustle, where for example, if you make $3,000 as your main income or your main salary, and you manage to allow trading to make you at least $500 to $1,000, which is like a third or even less of or 15 to 30% of your salary, monthly salary, I tell you maybe you can make the jump and you stop, or you can quit. But I wouldn't be doing it and then learn. I would only do it once trading has become like, once trading is like slowly competing with my income. And even then, I would tell you, can you realistically stick with 9 to 5 and like obviously, because even if trading, if you allow, if trading becomes or makes 50% of your monthly income, so it literally competes head to head with your salary, why not have both? If you know what I mean. Uh, wouldn't trading spot be more profitable in average compared? Guys, trading is trading no matter what the vehicle is. So no, I mean it's not no, but trading is trading. So you can do whatever we do here on futures and spot, if you know what I mean. So you say in 1 year time frame, what do you mean trading spot? Be more profitable than futures. Maybe you can explain the meaning here, I guess, just to not misinterpret your question. Give me a second here. Uh, Buying and selling spot compared to trading with leverage. But why would it be more profitable, if you know what I mean? I use my 60% of the salary for trading, do my best to make it. Fair enough, as long as you are not constantly losing. Because if you work full time and you literally are using 60% of what you make to trade and you are losing constantly, maybe you can put a hold on that, start saving your money rather than using it to trade, and then do paper trading. Make sure that you've got like the trade, or the ability to trade on lock, and then use your own money because of the losses you can have with leverage. So exactly. So thank you. I think I know what I mean. What I mean. Yeah, so as long as you're using futures in a way that it's essentially spot, it's no different. So as long as the fees, as long as the fees are similar, or if the fees that you're using on the exchanges are similar, it wouldn't matter if you're using futures or spot. That would only be correct. Like what you mean is only relevant by saying that leverage and futures has more losses. That would only be correct, and it is possibly correct because of human emotions and humans doing bad things. But realistically, if someone is like too disciplined to not over leverage, risk the same amount, and trade in a similar way that you would have do on your own spot money, then it doesn't matter. Like for example, I tell you, like in the video, on the educational video, the one I have made, which is about risk management, the one in the middle, I told you in the middle that you are supposed to risk 1%. So if you risk 1%, you put the stop loss, you just do that, and you have a strategy. It doesn't matter if you're using leverage or not. Hopefully you got the point. So no, as long as you're not someone who gets liquidated, so you don't use stop losses, or your stop losses are too wide and too far and too random, and you're not following the risk strategy, then yes, if you are not a disciplined human, you would need spot, because spot disciplines you, and forces you to be disciplined by not allowing you those functionalities. But if you're someone who can be disciplined, you can do it because it's essentially the same kind of vehicle. Yeah, hopefully you got the point. uh with spot investments, you can just wait. No, so see brother, you're confusing spot with being investing, and futures would be in trading. No, futures is only trading, while spot can be both trading and investing. So don't get them confused. Like for example, if someone is spot trading, and they essentially what they do is like they enter. If they get stuck, they don't cut their losses, but they wait. That's wrong. You're not trading. You're gambling and joking around. If you buy, and then if Bitcoin doesn't rise and it loses, you don't sell at a stop loss. No, you're doing it wrong. So you're confusing those stuff. Uh, Hold on. So where do I start learning? So far, I'm following what you're doing. I'm making decent profits. Thank you so much. No worries, thank you, brother. But I want to dig deeper. All right. So I mean, I'd assume that you've already watched those 3 videos. You can watch me after watching those 3. I go live every single day. Watch them, and then primarily, like, I think that I'm doing enough. Obviously, there isn't much more structure, like, other than the 3 videos. But watching live every single day, and as you've said, already making decent profit. I'd only tell you to maybe start focusing on your own self. So, like, watch the videos, watch me live, and then focus on your own self. It's not about where to learn from. It's not about lack of information, but lack of discipline and experience. That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to collect stats and be disciplined and experienced, not necessarily about hold on, not necessarily about, like, you need more stuff to watch, I guess. Right. Give me a second. All right. Hey Ahmed, crazy question here. But are you ever down to do a 1K to 10K challenge or something to that extent? Just to curious, not even really implying I'd even want to see it. Maybe. See, guys, I'm super cautious about affecting my own trades, but that would be nice to do, I guess. I'd have to think about it and see, because 1 to 10K is like 10x, which is like a bit more unrealistic. So it's like me, I guess, if I do something like that, it's essentially me promoting that that's something that is viable and possible, and something that everybody should be striving to do. So I guess I'm a bit skeptical about the idea, but maybe, yeah. Would be nice to see. Would be nice to make maybe a focus on learning, I guess. If it affects or affects positively the stuff that I do. Maybe not. Maybe like doing a challenge was like 1K to 10K doesn't affect what we do and how we teach, so it wouldn't have a positive, like, I guess, effect. Rather a bad one, because we are promoting a 10x challenge. I'm not sure, to be honest. Can you recap what eggs will have to show you to convince you to enter? uh I'd love for it to happen, and then we can talk about it, because I didn't exactly say. By recap, you are insinuating that I've said it, but I've said this, but I didn't. So I'm just saying, like, waiting for the drop. Uh, and then, like, obviously, I'd love for longs to be closed, shorts to be open. That's it. And then visual reaction. Uh, Sorry. What's your goal with futures? 100% a year? Even less, even less, because as my capital has grown, I started focusing on capital preservation rather than capital growth. Yeah. So if the stock market is given 8 to 10% historically, why would you aim for 2x, if you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially because the more money you make, the more the more percentages equal, less percentages still equal lots of money, if you know what I mean. It's the difference of margin. You can still exactly, as long as gold is trading, not exactly. Thankfully, at least one gets it. So yes, the only difference between futures and trade and the spot is the freeing up of capital. Would it be weird to say it out here, but without Wayne, chat does feel empty? Exactly, I've noticed that. The 1% stop loss gets stopped out a lot of time, Ahmed. No, no. That tells me you didn't watch the video. So, thankfully, rather than me wasting 10 minutes talking about the thing that I always repeat every single day, I will tell you to please watch the video that I made about the, hold on, I misclicked this. Yeah, so you go to home, and then you find this video about the risk management, the one in the middle. Yeah, watch this and you'll understand what I mean by 1%. Or someone can reply to him. Okay, let's see if anybody knows why or what's wrong with the comment that our brother said here, Yusuf, or Yus, I guess. The 1% stop loss gets stopped out a lot of time. Let's see who corrects him first, I'd say. 26 likes remaining. Thank you, brother. Let's see how many likes we can get. 73 likes. Yeah, thank you guys for being amazing. All right, let's wait and see who is the champion that answers correctly. Uh, Sorry, Ahmed, can you explain the difference between the NPOC and the POC and the importance of these? Yeah, I'll do it very quickly and a concise answer. I'd always rather you be there and understand them, but I'll do it very quickly. So, POC is just a point of control. So, whenever you use the volume profile tool, the red thing in the middle, which is the highest volume area, that's called a POC. An NPOC is a POC of a previous certain time frame that was not revisited after that time frame has closed. For example, say a day went on, so 24 hours, say Monday opened and closed, and you put a volume profile from the beginning of Monday to the end of Monday, and you get the POC of Monday at 67. You open Tuesday above Monday's POC or below Monday's POC, so that is a naked point of control because it's a naked POC from a previous day. Yeah, and that's it. My main business is ecom, but I want to switch to full-time trading since it's more free for me. I started with 10 capital trades since 2 years, and I think I make amazing since half a year. Yeah, exactly. So you're doing it well. You're working your way upwards, but I'd say that don't make the switch immediately. If you can, especially because e-commerce and it's something that I've got experience in, something that I also do. If I'll not use myself as an example, but what I mean is that, like, with all of my with how busy I got and also how lucrative trading became for me and investing too, I still didn't close and didn't stop everything that I do. So try to delegate rather than stop if you can, Biro. I know that is a niche question, but I'm always happy to answer those comments. Sorry. 1% is related to the margin or capital, if you may. Exactly. But 1% is like the whole of portfolio. So technically, on your trade, you have 17 to 20%. Could be more. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant what the loss from or percentage of stop loss to margin. I couldn't care less. I only calculate for me the percentage of stop loss in a way that would make it 1% of total portfolio capital once you already choose where you want it to be placed at. So most of you guys do it the other way. You say, oh, I want to set 1% stop loss, so it's here. No, it's not about calculating it. No, it's about you picking where's the ideal Bitcoin figure or Bitcoin number to be putting a stop loss, and then calculating backwards how much would the margin would be for me to put a stop loss here for the stop loss to result in 1%. Guys, again, please watch the video because I'm repeating the stuff that I said on the other video. I started prop trading now to have more capital. Is this valid? Yeah, super valid, absolutely. But as long as it's less than 1% of your portfolio, yes. Retail sales tank and Chinese regulators force US Treasury. Thank you, brother. Right now, risking all of my money on my account. You're gambling. I think you could have wrote I'm gambling right now. That would be a bit quicker. He should put his stop loss where the trade is invalidated and make sure. Yeah, exactly. So Dennis gets one cookie from me. Yeah, I think Dennis got it. Exactly. It's 1% of your account, not your trade. Exactly. So it's not, oh, the 1% is too close. No, just put it whatever is convenient for that trade and then calculate the percent lost. Like, first comes stop loss, then comes the amount, or exactly. So also our brother X gets a cookie from me too, because that's exactly what I mean. Like, you think about the stop loss and then you think about the stop and the losing of, or sorry, the potential loss, mathematical loss on the trade. uh all right, so don't trade 100% of your account. Yes, thank you. Important to precise the perpetual are derivatives. And yeah, you get a contract now. Exactly. I primarily watch you for the trades and the learning, so I personally want to not tarnish that with the challenges. Like you luckily say and agree with too. Exactly. I mean, thank you for understanding this. So, like, uh, unless that's my point here is like, unless doing the challenge would help in any sort of way beneficial to the viewer, except, guys, those challenges are only good for the content creator. That's why I haven't thought about it, and I think it would be a bit bad because yes, I would probably benefit from having a having like the series, sorry, of turning $1,000 into $10,000 and then showing off and making content about it. But would it be realistically beneficial? Because like it would be, to be honest, me doing the same kind of thing, just having a different title, and quite the opposite, maybe even worse. Because for me to try and 10x when I'm not that able to 10x, because that's like in this essentially promoting gambling, that would affect me and you guys as well. So I'm not sure. 20 likes remaining. Thank you, Yus. Thank you for taking over and taking over the Renata job. Shukran Hamoud. Thank you, Hamad. That said, though, I guess it could be interesting to delve deeper into scalping. Yes, exactly. I've been a trader alongside you, but yeah. And this trader finished at in 20, though a very high risk. Yeah. Hi, Ahmed. I think you missed my previous message. Thank you, CryptoWedge. Thank you for being always understanding. Give me a second. Uh, Give me a second. You were saying I mentioned that on BitGet chart we swept the VWAP and we've bounced a little. Is this sweep not valid? So VWAP is not. Let me just make sure that you are using the correct word choice. Yep. So VWAP is not swept. VWAP is a zone, I guess. So it's a zone of resistance and a zone of support. For example, this one is like a zone, and this is a zone. So you can say we touched the VWAP just to make sure. And after that, I only focus on this chart. So no. And forget about the VWAP. The main thing here for me is actually dropping and faking out on NY. So that's the main thing here. Uh, Hold on a second. He had enough money to try this challenge multiple times and blow. Okay, so that's him blowing it up already. Even if he had trillions, not millions, it's about what he's promoting. So like, why would I promote this, guys? I think I know who you mean or what who you're talking about, and that's the most, if I'm not mistaken, or if I got who you were talking about. I think the he's like the forex guy, one of the scammiest course sellers who probably did this challenge in a fake way. And even if he's correct, and even if he's a good guy, I'm not, and not the kind of, or not the person that I think you're talking about, then still, even if he's the most purest kind-hearted guy, he's promoting a bad thing. Please, someone trading with 500 and below, what's your advice on leverage to use? Irrelevant. Again, I tell you to watch the video in the middle. You have 500, you have 5 million. Leverage doesn't matter. Watch the video in the middle, guys. And I'm very happy for this video. It saves me 20 minutes every single day by referring you guys to the video I've made. Yeah. Unless if you didn't understand the thing here, go back and watch again. The nuance in trading is incredibly dense. Time frames, price, volume, and a highly contextual depending on time frames. These things I found the hard way. Keep learning, keep following, champ. Thank you, Big Huggies. What a legend. And I think you've, you wrote down perfectly in a very summarized way. Yeah, this trader I mentioned is very focused on growing as a creator. Exactly. So it's not benefiting the viewer, but rather himself. I can, guys, I can, but I don't want to. It's not, so I'm too lazy to gamify and make things look nice. But I can stop doing these live trades, live streams that are too niche and they are only bringing like the champs, the weirdos like I am. So like the people who are too focused on like math and stuff. I can go and make like nice, polished videos that attract, I guess, like beginners, and then sell them a dream and rent a car and live a fake life just to make you buy my course, if you know what I mean. So yes, but I don't want to do that. And even if I try, I can't. I'm too lazy to do that, to be honest. So I guess you guys will have to stick, or will have to get stuck with me watching the videos where I just rant to take trades. Yep. Uh, yep. 18 likes. Thank you, Yus. X said it's not even realistic to double your portfolio to do it within a year. I see trading as just an income source. I'll have to clap for X. I'll give you a very, very nice clap here. Exactly. Thank you for understanding what this is, so I can invest. Exactly. You are a legend, I guess. Hopefully I'm hoping that every viewer of mine would become would have the same mindset as I forgot to as X. Yep. Sorry, you said don't even think about it, Ahmed. No, don't worry, guys. I'm just joking here, by the way. Guys, I've been doing these like very, very bad quality videos for almost 1,000 video on the Arabic channel. So don't worry. I don't care. Uh, yep. But maybe I'll probably make more money if I do that. But I don't care. Not because, oh, look at me, I don't like money, but because I'd much rather stick to originality and truth and being realistic, I guess. Uh, brother, be original, be boring. Forever. Thank you. Thank you for calling me boring. Got into a few scalp trades earlier using what I've learned from just watching you on YouTube. I made a few bucks. Baby steps. No leverage, just volume. You're amazing, White Choice. I'll also give you a clap. All right, we're giving free claps to everybody today. It's all about the money, money, money. Kind of. Does it make any difference when you sweep a certain high? E.g., if we sweep a high during. Yes, yes, yes. So taking the high of Monday during NY is what matters. So it does matter, yes. Does it mean we're like, yes? So I think everybody knows this, but I'll repeat it again. The high of the day and the low of the day outside of NY, especially Monday, have a 70% of getting revisited once NY opens. So yes, that does matter, and I would probably tell you, like, tell all of my viewers here, so maybe you can help me out. Even start collecting stats. Like, we notice a pattern, we collect stats, and we like make money, and maybe yeah, use it and milk the pattern as much as possible. So you can collect stats and notice patterns too. Most goated channel on YouTube, providing prices value. If you are here, just know you hit the jackpot. Thank you, Salam. Thank you guys for being amazing, by the way. I'm happy with such comments. 15 likes remaining. Thank you. It's the quality you got, not the video's quality, what keeping us here. You are a gem, bro. Thank you, Zero. Thank you for commenting. I'm always happy whenever I see new faces in the comment section. And that's one thing that made me actually like see how I literally spent 3-4 months without making educational videos, because I was focused on finally getting highly polished ones. But I made a flip and a switch that's like a realistic one that said, like, I'm already doing or giving the stuff on live, so why not clip it? Or even if I cannot clip stuff, or I haven't said something that is clippable, let me just turn the camera on, I'll speak with low quality, and the best thing that I can do is maybe the thumbnail looks good. So I will catch you with the thumbnail, but then you'll see Ahmed speaker on live. That's easier for me, and that's the important thing. I'd much rather give information that is important rather than having the quality of the video being high, I think. So hopefully, guys, you found this helpful. Like, would you rather, maybe you can give me an answer here, would you rather you waiting 2 to 3 to 4 months and then getting a highly polished educational video, or getting those like low quality? Not so look. I mean, the camera is still in 4K, by the way, guys. But it's a low key brag, but okay, whatever that is. Yep. So or low quality, but get them turned in quicker, if you know what I mean, or turned quicker, I guess. Ahmed has not just taught me to make money constantly, but he also taught me patience as well, which is much more important. Thank you, Salam. Thank you, guys. He's a Dutch trader with a buzz cut. I always don't even want to mention the name in the hopes of not bringing. I think I know who you mean. Or does he have a twin? And does he happen to be a bit light skinned? I guess I'll say this though. I've made more money with you than him. Thank you. I mean, that's fine. You're not boring. I was just joking, by the way. But you call trading with your strategy boring, which is, in my understanding, is similar to everyone who has a job. Everyone thinks their job is boring, even if it makes them rich. Exactly. So so trading is a job, and sometimes even more time consuming than a job, but with benefits. So that's, yeah, like, you have to call a spade, I guess, if I use this terminology correctly. Like, don't be over. I mean, that's why I hate Instagram and maybe like most 90% of like content creators about finance, about trading, about money. Like, crypto is still better. Like, think about it. Crypto content is much better than trading content, let alone crypto trading content. So I'm literally in the worst of the worst spaces possible. Yep. So I guess you gotta stop over glorify. Like, trading is amazing. Like, guys, not, I hate to speak about myself, but I think in the past 4 months I traveled to watch a football match. I traveled to attend some friends' graduation back in the back in my home country. Uh, I think I traveled 3 times in the past 4 or 5 months, which is fine to do because I'm young. I don't have a family yet. So that's something that trading allowed me to do, if you know what I mean. So yes, it has its own benefits, but I still traveled to Libya and to Qatar. So I didn't go to Switzerland, if you know what I mean. I didn't stay in the Ritz Carlton, whatever that is. I can maybe try it out and tell you guys, but it's not. But it allowed me to live my not teenage, but adult teenage to adult life freely, if you know what I mean. So it has its own benefits, but I don't have a Lamborghini. Hopefully, you got the point. Uh, Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to read the comments, and I'm enjoying having the champs community. That's what matters to me, to be honest. Uh, and I learn better from you. Thank you, Action Tours. So boring. It's is authenticity of yours for logarithmic growth in all ways. Thank you. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. Thank you, guys. How old are you? I am 20. Technically, Westerners would say 22 because they wait to the till the last minute of their birthday, but I'd say that I'm closer to 23 than 22. Hi Ahmed, I prefer the low editing educational videos. The content is high quality, so it doesn't matter. Thank you, Kiropi. Your comment truly matters to me, so thank you. He doesn't sell courses, by the way. I love your lives, so I almost don't even want to entertain this challenge idea. Yeah, but thank you though. I mean, it's fun to. He could be nice. He could be a good guy. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying that even if he's the nicest, best guy, you also have to be cautious with the videos, like, regardless. High resolution, high temperature camera. Exactly. I think it's not because of the camera, but because of the ring light, whatever this is called, the big one. So I think it makes it hot. And also, we are in Dubai, guys, so I guess that's something that's normal. Hello from Slovenia. Thank you, Stank. Nice to see people here. Calling is, yeah, thank you, Wise Choice, for making sure I'm using the right idioms, I guess. Uh, Low quality. We are still waiting. Exactly. I'm just talking, guys. So hopefully, me literally talking. I think I spent 30 minutes or an hour with actual content, and then 30 minutes to an hour just ranting. Yeah. But hopefully, it was helpful and nice. Uh, Ahmed, sorry for the question. Again, no need. Absolutely. Guys, you don't have to be sorry. Just ask. Just comment or write the damn question. I'll be reading it and hope I'm more than happy to repeat the same stuff every single day. Ahmed, sorry for the question again, but I need to activate the anchor view up again. Yeah, what do you mean? You can do it just, guys. I think you mean the settings. For the settings, just turn everything off. That's it. And this is obviously, I think, default standard deviation. This one, and then high, low, close divided by 3. All default, I think. Just turn everything off. So these one come like this. So uncheck them. Yeah. Barakallah Feek, you are my favorite streamer because of your mindset, your super nice character, and for not being ultra materialistic. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But that's not me trying to live or fake myself. I think you can fake this too, by the way, guys. I think. But no, that's me being normal, I guess. But thank you for seeing this as a positive. Even if it's 50-50, I'll watch you every day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's zero. Thank you, brother. Where was the button and what was the setting? All right, so the button is the fifth option here, and then you go here, volume based below my webcam. You got the anchored view up. The settings I've showed them. Hopefully, did you have a day job before? Before? No, I've never had an official real job. I guess I have business. I have and I had and I still have businesses, but I've never had an actual job. Nothing wrong with that. I think I avoided that. It's fine to be honest. It's not that I don't want to. Just I happened to not have one. But that's not hating. I think a job is the best route, and just because I'm a math guy and a probability guy, look at the chart and the stats of everyone. Having a college degree, I have a college degree by the way, but having a college degree is one of the highest predictors of success. Not because college gives you something that is secretive, but no, because I think that you have to, like, unless you have something to do outside of outside of college, then maybe then you have to go to college. 2029 Lambo year. I think that how much I make or how much my net worth growth, I will never own a Lambo. Not because I don't like cars that much, to be honest. Every evening I always get an idea watching you where Bitcoin is going and take trade according. Thank you, and that's my goal. I think I've said this yesterday, or like, obviously I'd want the most best goal for me is to make you profit, guys. But even if I don't make you profit, maybe you can use me as a guide and a guidance toward where and what to look for in a day. Ahmed, how's Libya doing? Has it yes, since the collapse, yes, it has improved a ton. Bo, hold on, I don't want to butcher the name. Bokyakovic, yeah. Hi, Champs Crypto. I have a question. Thank you, brother. I'll happily answer the question. How did the VWAP anchored VWAP predict the low, or does it react off of the price? It didn't predict the low. It reacts off of the price. Yeah, so it's not a predictor. Did you move to Dubai or have you always been there? I moved to Dubai. Do we short an attempt to take out the daily high since it's pumping? Will I do it? Probably not. So the daily high is, let me see, guys. By the way, you can do stuff like that don't interest me, but let me entertain this for those that want to. So daily high, let me just quickly, I'm lazy, so I want to see it. Okay, the daily high is here. We got the VWAP. Sorry, the value area high. That's daily high. Not that best. Daily high, we got the value area low. Value area high, sorry. I just want to mark it out before deleting it. And we got the Monday high. So, and also this high, but that's what's taken. So maybe, yeah, not the best, but for super scalpers that are watching me, then yeah, it wouldn't be the worst idea to get or wait for NY to open. It's going to be opening in 9 minutes. But I'm not going to be sticking for long, guys. So I'll wait and I'll stick for 18 minutes. So we'll get to the 2 hour mark. So 9 of it will be outside of NY, and we'll spend the first 10 minutes together on NY. But now, yes, for super scalpers out there, you can wait for the high to be taken. And then maybe, but it would require order flow and like scalp, like having it be a scalp in your mind. Hold on. What type of business do you do next to trading? Mainly e-commerce, different ones. Allahumma back. Thank you, Biro. Weirdest consolidation I've ever seen. Hopefully it's good. Not that weird. It's normal, guys. Not normal, but it's fine. I guess it's not normal, but it's not that likely to happen. But I wouldn't say the weirdest, and I wouldn't even say, I wouldn't be even caring about it. Hi, Chaps Crypto. Sorry. Hi, Chap Crypto. Do you pay for any other trading services? Example, yes, I do pay for the order flow app. It's called EXO charts. It is, I think, $50 a month. Yes, and also I pay for the TradingView subscription, whatever it is. Anything else is vital to supplement your trading narratives. What is the most important additions? Nothing is important. All you need is trading view, and maybe if you can afford it, exo chart. Nothing else. Hamad Ahmed, if you had to have a job, what would you do? I guess something in investing, something in trading. I can trade for a living, I guess. So that would be a job. Maybe something in the investment side. Uh, Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure. But that would be an answer, I guess. Or data analysis, I guess. That's a thing that I can do, I guess. Bitcoin dump one more time, then bullish. Nobody knows. Do you use any other traders analysis or just your own? It's only me, and I am with you during my training time, so no, it's only me. And I tell you guys to like use me until you get to a good point, and then you can throw me away, I guess. Love you, champs. Thank you. Love you too, millionaire. Uh, I'm more than happy for those that would give their opinion. To be honest, it's fine. But as I said, NY will open in 7 minutes. It would be interesting to see the reaction, I guess. Hold on a second. Let me do the usual, I guess. This and then this. Yep. 15-minute time frame. Yeah, we got the value area high, the daily open here. Previous daily open and the daily open and the previous value area high, all sitting at around also at around the daily open. Sorry. Yep. So it's a valid thing, to be honest. If you see like lots of shorts getting stuck, getting stuck, maybe you can do it. Yeah, not the worst thing as a scalp, I guess. I'm talking about this as a potential short, super scalp, but not a super scalp, but not the as a scalp nonetheless. Bro, thank you, Vikrant. I'm not sure what you mean. How do you distinguish the lines on the chart? I distinguish them by labeling them with different names. Unless you mean how do you even come up with them. That's I always say that if someone is asking me how do you get the lines, how do I get lines like you, it's essentially you asking me in a very roundabout way, how do you trade, which requires months or even a couple of days to explain everything to you. So if you know what I mean. Renata back on the like train. Thank you, Renata. We are only 4 likes away. Let's get the likes objective done before NY opens in 5 minutes, and also to please our legend Renata, and also Yus, who's been running, I guess, the like chain today. And by the way, guys, just because I not forgot, but now I remembered that if you want to support me, I have nothing to sell you. I even wrote it here, as you can see. But you can obviously support me by using the affiliate link to Weeks if you want to. If you're someone who's trading and is actively trading and would love to support me by using the affiliate, you can do it. You don't have to. But if you want to, then the link is first in the description. You click on this one time and then it will show up the sign up page. On the sign up page, just put the email of yours and the referral code would be put automatically. And that's basically it. Like once you put the email, you will have to put the code from the email inbox into the website. You'll have to put a password, and that's it. Like once you put the password on, you're good to go. No KYC is required. Deposit and trade with me, and that's it. Nothing is required from you, and that's the beauty of Weeks, I guess. Yep. And other than that, nothing to mention, I guess. Bro, inshallah, if I make it, I'll still be dropping by the channel. That's fine. I will hopefully be discussing like together. We done it. Thank you guys. Thank you, Renata, and thank you, Yus, for being amazing. I have hit the 100 like objective. What are the most important time frames for you for mainly Bitcoin? For swings like you do you look for confirmation according to multiple time frames? I don't focus on time frames, but rather on periods. So time frame is just a way of splitting time, if you know what I mean. I see you are on the Epstein files. Hopefully not. I was very young at that age, so unless the joke is takes a very bad turn, I guess I wouldn't be on the files. Yep. Hold on a second. Let me see what Bacon is doing. But let's see what happens here. Let's see what Bitcoin ETH is doing. Glad to see you guys laughing, or viewers laughing, I guess. Right, NY will be open in 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes. 1 minute and 45 seconds. All right, let's wait it out. We are the champions. Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you, Renata. Thank you, Biro. Thank everybody, guys. By the way, I made a mistake by reading names. I don't want to read names because everybody should be thanked. So I want to thank you collectively rather than mentioning names individually, because if I start mentioning names, I'll forget some, and some of you guys will get sad at me or mad at me, and I don't want this to happen. Let's see what gold has been doing, just out of interest. Still super bullish. I was expecting something like yesterday, but still super bullish. Ahmed, which point do you choose on the chart for the anchored VWAP? It's depending on what do you mean exactly? Like what do you mean? Guys, weekly low or high? Not that simple. No, it's not about weekly low and high. It's about, it's like you'd have to see me, and you'd have to watch me use it for you to understand what I'm using it for. Because anchored VWAP is very similar to the volume profile. You can throw hundreds of them on the chart, but you would get confused. So you have to not memorize, but understand or how to use it. Binance top traders are buying, and both CVD are increasing. Doesn't matter. Binance is the worst metric, by the way, guys, for trading and all stuff. Since altcoins are very bearish, like, what do you think about shorting them? I'm a proponent of shorting altcoins. Yeah, that's smart. Yep. Like, similar to why, if God, I don't think anybody followed my half joking advice, but I was literally telling you guys when Bitcoin, when XRP was at 1.9, I told you guys, if someone wants to try it out as a joke, put $10 in as a short, because I'm pretty sure it will go back to $1, and it essentially did that. Yep. So maybe someone did it, but it was something I literally said 2 weeks ago. Like, you can literally check one of the live streams from 2 weeks ago, where I jokingly said that you can. I'm expecting this. It wasn't a joke. I'm expecting XRP to drop to $1, but as a joke, I said someone can try putting a random short on it, and it will probably make them a lot of money. Nobody did it, but you could have. Yeah. So thank you, Biro. Yeah. So yeah, I guess shorting altcoins is something that is much smarter than investing into them. Yeah. And it's much easier from my experience than even trading long, or trading, buying them, or buying as a trade, or longing as a trade. Yeah. Yep. Let's wait and see. We got the NY open now. We are getting a move up. NY open. Let's go. Yeah, see, guys, I spent 2 hours together. Bro, can we have a group chat with any of us as moderators? Maybe Renata, Mo, or themselves. The challenge would be of the time spent, or the effectiveness and the advantage of doing a group chat. So, although yes, I can ask you, Renata, all of you guys are. 90% of you can literally be moderators, because you're too good to me. So it's not an issue of being a moderator, but rather about what good would it make. Unless I'm having enough time. Okay, unless I have enough time to actually give back. So, like, a group is only good if I show up and answer questions. But I'm already given 2 hours here, so it will get hectic to me, for me, to be honest. So maybe not now. Not to totally rule it out. For now, I have put an anchored VWAP from the low. Yes, you can stick with those two. That would be nice to get us a group chat and help with that, brother. Thank you for sharing your help, or offering your help. Thank you. Biro said you could actually create a paid group with a monthly fee. Since you are one of the only, you would earn it very much. Maybe in the future. Now, I don't know. But it's not about, guys. It's not about, like, it's about time constraint primarily. Yeah. So, like, if I make a group for $50 and I make a group chat, like what? It's not because money is too low, and even for free, it's like very time consuming. So I'd much rather like share everything for free and be having a fun conversation for 2 hours. But thank you, Wise Choice. Thank you, Biro, for your suggestion, use, Vikrant, Action, everybody, Renata, obviously. Thank you, everybody, for your suggestions, guys. They are noticed, so they don't go unnoticed, but maybe in the future. Could be cool for the champs to discuss, and you can show time to time at charities. Fair enough. Do you care about moving average at all? No. I don't use the moving average. I use zero indicators, guys. Just that rules out, and that would take away almost all of the stuff that are famous on the internet. No RSI, no MACD, no moving average, no exponential moving average, no stock RSI, stock MACD, or whatever that is. I forgot what else there are there. No market cipher, no. I forgot. Anyhow, and yeah, and also because I failed to mention that, obviously we got the free Telegram channel, guys. And when I say we, I mean myself. So I have a free Telegram channel for those that would love to support me. No, exactly. So you said it correctly. No EMA, no BMI, no BMW. That is absolutely true, guys. I say it as a joke, but a true joke. Like, hopefully this joke takes it to an extreme that would make you realize what I mean by it. Yep. And I was just saying, guys, if someone is not yet a member of the free Telegram channel, please join. Sorry, guys, just to be very clear, I only say please join if you truly wanna follow the channel. So just to be clear, if you're someone who doesn't care about trading and the perspective of a trader, as someone who shows up every single day talking about trades, if you literally don't care about that, I don't think the channel is suitable for you. All I do is just talk about education and investing and trading and setups and taking trades every day. So, but if you are the 1% of the 1%, that niche group that could find this interesting, then I tell you that you must, once you subscribe, that's your own decision to make. Once you subscribe, you must turn the bell on and the notification bell on, and also you must join the free Telegram channel. I have nothing to sell you. I'm just saying that this would be a huge benefit and a huge additional information that would be helpful. That's it. Yep. I need to learn exo chart. Yeah, that's important. Vikrant said subs are increasing, so we will be 5K soon. Q&A session incoming. I mean, that's fine. We can do one. If it's something that would be interesting to you guys. When you wake up, bro, and check the charts, what is the main thing you look for first? Where do you go from there? Sorry to give it, it's hard to give an answer, but I just see how much price has changed, and then look for levels that I do look for every single day. So nothing that different. Best trading channel bar none. All free at that. Thank you, brother. What's everyone's thoughts now that NY open? 65K still on the table. 65 remains a viable long setup regardless of whether we hit it now or not. Sorry guys. Uh, what's everyone's thoughts that or I've read this? Ahmed, when using what you've taught us, can we use it to trade meta? Yeah, absolutely, guys. I've said this before, and I'm happy for this question. Everything that is a tradable asset, so anything with volume and market, anything that has a market, so buying and selling, can be like, I mean, can be traded with the same kind of strategy and way that I use. So yes, absolutely, 100%, totally viable and totally it could be better for some people, to be honest. Does the period of consolidation and resistance support zone have any? Does the period of consolidation and resistance support zone? What do you mean by resistance and support zone? Resistance and support is just a name and a label for anything that is above and below price. That's what I mean. So what do you mean exactly? But to answer a different question that could interest you, consolidation has correlation with the amount of liquidity and the amount of liquidity. That's it. That's the answer for you. Thank you, Rav. I guess I'll thank you rather than reading the comment. Faked out the shorts before going lower. It seems I just subscribed to ExoChart Web. How to get the same view you have? You'll have to turn on the open interest, the volume profile for the candles, the TPO, what else? The CVD, the footprint stats, downside volatility on Bitcoin. That's fine, guys. We just opened the markets, and that is a regular thing to happen. Especially like what happened here. Not to give you a live commentary, I hate to do that, but we opened, hit the view up of the day, failed to open it, got lots and lots of buys, liquidated, and then we dropped. Fair enough, fair and easy and simple. Salam, do we long today what level? I think you should know, Merzit. But yes, it is essentially me. Hold on, I was just talking about this, guys. I was saying view up, hit, and then open longs, and then we all right. So I just forgot to turn exo. All right, let me put it back below. Now, by the way, guys, even though it may feel as if I'm going to be abandoning you guys at the NY Open, we have just hit the 2-hour mark. I told you guys I'm going to be spending the first 10 minutes with you, and then I have to check out and I have to go and start the other live stream. Love from Pakistan. Thank you, Richmond. Thank you, Merzit. Thank you, everybody, guys. By the way, just because before I forget, if you want to actually trade where I trade at and also support me, I have nothing to sell you, but obviously trading on weeks would support me with the affiliate link. So if you're already an active trader who would love to move on weeks with no KYC, by the way, the link is here. Now, obviously, you do get a little bit of a bonus, not the biggest, not the easiest to achieve, but I would tell you to only focus on the benefits of weeks being an amazing tailor-made exchange for traders. Plus, it also obviously supports me using my affiliate. That's basically it. I would focus on that if you want to. And a final reminder for the free Telegram channel, I guess. So, thank you guys for being amazing. Can we ask questions in English? You can type them in, but I'd rather not. But I wouldn't be answering them out of respect, guys. So I have a set rule, or even though it may look like I like to talk a lot, I do like to talk a lot. But if someone writes in Arabic here, I wouldn't be even entertaining the question or even reading it. And the opposite is also true. So it is a rule out of respect for both of you guys. So hopefully you would get it. Yep. But anyhow, I'd leave you guys now to it. Thank you for leaving. I mean, sorry for leaving at such time, but you'd have to understand that I'd have to jump on the Arabic channel. I'm very time constrained. It is 6:40 p.m. now. So, all right, we just hit 2-hour mark. The important stuff in the description. We got weeks, we got the free Telegram channel, and obviously if something that's that important for me to talk about, I'll make a video or go live or do whatever, guys. So don't worry. Thank you guys for being amazing. Might be time to long in a second. True, that's very true, guys, but we'll wait and see. Nobody knows. So thank you guys for being amazing, and I'll hopefully catch you tomorrow.